Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, Hotter Than Hell 100. The big day kicks off August 25th, Saturday morning, 7:05. I think is when
right.
The starting line will be making way for the race to begin. But you can also volunteer. You can be a host home, you know, hosting the riders as they come into our community. So can you tell people if they'd like to do that, what it is and how they go about?
Sure. Of course, there's a lot of people who want to help with Hotter Than Hell who don't ride a bike, you know, so there's a lot of ways they can help, up to packet pickup, to the rest stops, to the spaghetti dinner, marketing and sales, to the logistics, to late registration. There's so many areas that people can help, and of course, you know, it's to make this race possible, it's all the people that do volunteer. For the number for them to volunteer, to contact, it's 322-8686, and they can call that number. It's the American Red Cross number. And for the host homes, this is really where people open up their homes to the riders. You know, hotels, and they fill up so fast, and so it's really hospitality. Wichita Falls shows hospitality at its best with this right here. You can contact Marie Libby, and her number is 723-2741.
And are there any requirements do people need to know about beforehand? I understand, you know, you're not required necessarily to feed them or anything.
No, sure. No, that, I mean, of course, that's all optional, you know, but like I said, there's so many people that just go over and above what the actual requirements are, and that's why so many riders come back, and and they, you know, they want a host home, they want a hotel, you know, people are just wonderful here in Wichita Falls. They really go above and beyond for representing Wichita Falls and Hotter Than Hell too.
The host home person has a chance to visit with up to 3 people that are seeking homes, and so it's not a total surprise when somebody walks up to the door. You've had a chance to talk to them and feel comfortable with the guest that's going to be in your home.
And that's important as well, but I know this is something where I've heard before, you don't have to feel like you have a huge home, of course, to entertain them, that they're just grateful for a place to.
That's right. People will offer, they may have an RV sitting in the driveway. They can do that. The riders, if they don't end up in a host home, they're going to be sleeping on the back seat of their car at impact. And so people can be rest assured that their home will be more than satisfactory.
And you had mentioned this is a great way for this race to grow, correct?
Yes. You know, our economy has done a great job at providing more and more hotels and restaurants. And so Wichita Falls is about as set as it can be with the number of hotels and restaurants. And we can't grow anymore unless we have additional host homes. And the host homes, they are so important because it develops long-term friendships. People begin to share their homes with folks, and this has happened. They'll share their home with a family that's coming up for Hotter Than Hell 100. Well, pretty soon, that family's back again the next year. The host homes asking that they come back and stay. And then others, they end up have this reciprocal arrangement, and they go visit them in San Antonio.
Oh, I love
it. So there are some long-term friendships developed through the host home process, and I think that's really one of the best stories that Hotter Than Hell has to offer.
Yeah, and it
not just cycling.
Absolutely, speaks so highly of our community too. I mean, it's just another way our community steps up to help fill a need. And real quickly, I just kind of want to leave everyone with the final thought of the number of volunteers that it really takes to make this happen. What is that number? I know it's quite impressive.
I have over 2,000, but I heard Roby say over 4. So it's just, it's growing. I mean, as much as this race has grown and is still growing, I mean, it's,
wow, it's
you
amazing.
can never have too many volunteers. You know, there will always be a place for somebody to do something. So
we generally print between 3,500 and 4,000 volunteer shirts.
Wow.
And we don't have everyone's name, but they go on everyone who volunteers. And so our event, even at 2,500, our event would be bigger than almost any other bicycle ride in the nation if our volunteers were riding bicycles.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the volunteer support per cyclist is really high, and that's what keeps bringing visitors back to Wichita Falls because they feel so welcome and taken care of while they're here.
Yeah, no doubt.
And all ages too. I mean, the Boy Scouts are helping too. I mean, you know, my daughter who's 13, I'm getting her to help this year too for sure. So, I mean, it's just, it's a real eye-opener for what they can do for the community and, you know, what they do, and like I said, meeting so many people, it's exciting.
I love that too. Get your little ones involved, you know, a great way to teach them in a fun way too, because you are meeting so many people and the excitement that day, you know, that it's bringing. So, you know, this makes a huge impact on our community also. Whenever it comes to the bottom line, it brings in a lot of money. We're going to take a closer look at how much, and also something new this year, so stick around, we'll be right back with that. You're watching Inside Texoma, and we are talking about the Hotter Than Hell 100 set to kick off at the end of August, the 25th, the big day. And of course, we've been talking, you know, this entire show about how you can get involved, how you can volunteer, how you can sign up, and now the economic impact. And it's incredible, really, the dollars that come into our community that weekend. So what are we looking at whenever we're talking about the impact it really makes?
Well, Hotter Than Hell 100 doesn't come up with this number. The Board of Commerce and Industry does, and it's based on the number of nights people stay here. But the economic impact, which is gas dollars, hotel dollars, restaurant dollars, things like that, where people spend money here, the economic impact is over $8 million for a weekend. That is just a wonderful industry that adds money into our economy. And a number of years ago, we were told that a dollar turns over 7 times before it leaves here. So those 8 million are staying here, going into the pockets of people. So the economic impact is really important. And when we do things, for instance, we're having some new hard fencing made. We didn't buy it off the internet. It's being made right here in Wichita Falls, and it's a $10,000 investment. So we try to put our money back into Wichita Falls, and that's an important part of where our money goes. We make contributions every year, and the contributions are, we think, pretty sizable. Up to $100,000 a year go to organizations, and we make contributions to volunteer fire departments, the hospitals, and MSU, the Children's Miracle Network, the Midwestern State University bicycle racing team and scholarship programs, and the Red Cross. There are probably 25 destinations where contribution dollars go. So we try to be a good corporate sponsor of Wichita Falls by providing money back to organizations that contribute so much to the success of Hotter Than Hell.
And it sounds like that happens. I mean, that's amazing. You know, something that started as just an idea to celebrate this city has turned into something that's been so positive
good way to
for
put
our
it.
city. So I love that. And just real quickly, I know that there is actually something new this year, and you know, if you can just kind of give us, I guess, a sneak peek of that. I know you're going to be back before the big race, but what are we looking at here?
Well, there's a new route. So they've changed the route this year, and they are going to be able to go through Shepherd Air Force Base. And if you've never experienced it, it's going to be exciting. So
much more on that definitely coming up. But we appreciate both of you taking time to be here today and share so much about Hotter Than Hell 100 and, you know, signing up for it and the importance of it and getting your kiddos involved, right?
That's right.
Sounds
Absolutely.
like such a great thing this year to really take part in. There's so many opportunities and ways to do that. So make sure you stick around. If you'd like more information, you can always head to their website for more. You see it there on the bottom of your screen. We will also put a link on our website at newschannel6now.com. Thanks for joining us, Texoma. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here next Sunday morning for another look inside Texoma.